I am back to just share, not a tutorial, but to share what I've done with the pockets that I've made for this journal, which is called A Winter's Tale, and it's by Artie Mays, and that will be linked below. So I haven't decorated the cover, and I have also got to share with you all the embellishments that I've made to go inside. So as you can see here, I've done a hard cover for this one, and it's got 2 signatures. The papers, I've covered the inside. There's fabric inside here to reinforce the spine, and this is some of the papers which you haven't seen yet. Like, well, if you've looked at the kit you've seen them, but if you haven't, then it's here. So the simple pockets that I made, I did do some stitching. I added some pom-pom trim. There is some bling trim here, some cheesecloth and a white button. And then on this one here, which was the altered envelope, I did stitch it. I just added some pom-pom trim and some bling here and some bling there, and it's a pocket here with the pocket down here. Isn't this page lovely? So on this one, I didn't do a tutorial on this, but this was just scrap bits that was left over, so I just made a double pocket there and just added a doily. I traced round a jar and cut a circle, and then this is one of the banners from the kit. What else did I do? Oh, here is just some of the kit paper, and then I just done an overlay of this lovely trim here with some crocheted trim there. I may go along and put some more bling on here, I'm not sure yet. This was the triple envelope pocket, and I didn't do much to that apart from glue on the page. I did add some bling here, some here, and some pom-pom trim with some bling there. And I could have kicked myself because I was doing this whilst I was on the phone to my cousin last night, and I forgot I wanted to do all the stickles or glossy accents. So I can still do it, but then I'll have to get the heat tool on it to dry it. It'll just take a little bit longer. But I totally got distracted from being on the phone. This the tall double pocket here has just got some crocheted trim, some bling, some cheesecloth and a button. And this here, which was the gatefold pocket that I done, I used one of these envelopes and I stuck that onto the envelope after inking it up, and obviously you've seen me do the envelope, so you've got that there. I glued that down completely, but you have got the pocket in the large envelope behind, so that just ties up. Again, I'm rubbish at tying bows. Oh, not too bad. So you've got the pocket inside here that you can put things in. You've got the doily here, the half circle, some cheesecloth, this ticket tab, and some bling, and then there's the pocket behind. So you still got the pocket. Here was one of the simple pockets. I just done some stitching around here. There is some fabric here, some cheesecloth, and then some of this bling here. Made this little pocket, again it was just scraps, a scrap background paper, backed this onto some dictionary page and just put some pom-pom trim on there. Done the stitching on here, as I didn't do that in the when I showed you how I made that, because I did want to stitch it. So I've done all the stitching here. You've got the pocket here, the tags glued down, got the image here and that's been stitched on, some fabric here, some pearl trim, some cheesecloth and a button. Here I just done a flip out, simple flip out here, and just inked it up with some blue ink and added some kit paper here, and then one of these circle tags, some cheesecloth and some bling. And then on this one here I just done a double layer of well, one of the images from the kit, some paper that I had left over, some cheesecloth, some bling here and some pom-pom trim and some more bling there. So that's what I've done to the pockets. I may add some more pockets, and if there's anything relevant as in like a tutorial I will do it. So now I'm going to show you all these, and it's all from the kit. So you get this envelope with the kit, and I made a tag to go inside it. I was going to glue this on the page, one of the pages. I might still do that, I'm not sure yet. So there's that. Not 100% sure what I was going to do with this, but it's a triple tag. So there's lots of journaling room on that, so that's quite basic. There is some envelopes from the kit, which I've just done some inking around, and you've got the journaling cards inside. And as is this, with the journaling card inside. Isn't that lovely? And this one here, you've got a double journaling card inside that one. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do on the cover yet. I'd like to do a little bit of paper, a little bit of fabric, I'm not sure. So here I just made a triple flip. I was going to do this like a triple tag. This paper isn't from that kit, but it is from Artie Mays, and it's from, I think it's from the Nature Walk or Back to Nature, one of the two. So I've just created two little pockets here, and I've decorated the tags. They've been backed onto white cardstock. We have this little tag here, and obviously you've got journaling room there too. Let me just move that. And then I just stapled on some paper so you can do some notes. And I didn't add too much because obviously because of the pockets it got a bit bulky, and I might put some ribbon around that. This is actually one of the pages, but I wanted part of the other page to do something else, which I can't remember what that was now. So this lovely image was left over, so I made a tag with that. These 4 journaling cards I just backed onto white cardstock. I used the tabs from the kit. I never use the tabs from the kit, but I did this time. So that's them. Just got a little basic journaling card. We have, this isn't from the kit, this is again from Back to Nature or Nature Walk, I can't remember, but because it was blue I used it, and it had birds in it. So that's them too. These are just the postcards from the kit, and they are all just sewn onto squared paper, and that's the squared paper has been doubled over, and I kept it kind of white because the white, the blue, there is obviously the vintage kind of theme a little bit gone through the journal pages, but I just thought it'd be nice to keep some things white and crisp. I'm going to add some ribbon around these to tie them. They again are from either Nature Walk or Back to Nature, and I just made some little booklets to go into the journal. Then I made 3 large tags, and that's just one of the lined page in the kit. Just cut it down, added it onto there, done some inking up, added some ribbon and some, I only had a tiny little bit of blue eyelash trim, so I used that. You get 6 large tags in the kit, and I've just added some organza ribbon, little punched flower and a bling piece in the middle. Then I made 2 tags using the pockets from the kit, and then just inside there you've got a journaling card. That could either be glued onto the page or just tucked in a tuck spot, which I think that's what I'm going to do. And then the envelopes that I showed on the first video on this series, how to line your envelope, I'd made 2. I'd made 1 and then I'd done a tutorial, so I had 2. I put the pockets on there because they're going to get paper clipped onto a page, and then just put these journaling cards inside there. And that's what I've done so far. And I really need to think about this cover because my mind's just kind of gone a bit blank, because I'm kind of doing this journal completely different to how I would normally do a journal. I normally put the journal together, make all the pockets, find all the ephemera, but I've done this the other way around. So there's all this to go in, and I may have to add some more depending on how much goes into each pocket. So that's pretty much everything you get from the kit, well, embellishment wise from the kit. So there's tons of stuff there to play around with and do stuff with, and I will be back probably once I have done my cover and put all this inside the journal. So the rest of the tutorials is in a playlist below, so if you want to go and see that, see all the other things that how I've done stuff, then you can go and see that. If you have any questions, just ask. Actually there is something that I need to answer. Someone had asked me what paper do I use. This is the paper that I use, and I get that on eBay, and I've been using this paper for about 5 years now, never had a problem with it. It is, I'm not sure what it is in pounds for the US, ladies, but I know there's a conversion somewhere, but it's 128 GSM, and it's matte photo paper. You can get it in gloss, you can get lighter weights and you can get heavier weights, but you need to check with your printer to see whether it will take, because some of the thicker ones struggle in my printer, but everybody's printer is different. You want to read there, it says it's compatible on all inkjet printers, high resolution up to 5760 dpi, and I don't know what that means, so but it's good, it sounds good. Instant dry, and it is, and it does take some water. Not that I'm saying you can dip it in the bath or anything, but if you wanted to coffee dye it, you can. If you do like a quick dip, it does work. It takes a lot for it to for the colours to run, because it is good photo matte paper. So that was that question. And then the other one is what glue. Now I did show that in the other one, but I'm still getting asked that question. So that is the glue that I use. I also, let me find the other bits and bobs of glues that I use. There is this one here that I use, and I can't find my Fabri-Tac. There's only a dribble in it anyway. But the Fabri-Tac, this is quite expensive here in the UK. This is a little bit dearer than that one. I personally prefer that one, and I've got fabric. Oh, there it is. I knew it was somewhere. It was upside down in a tub. And there's this one. It's high-tack fabric glue. And so they're the three glues that I would tend to use alongside, occasionally, depending on what it is, some glossy accents. I use a stick glue, you know, like a Pritt stick type thing. I only use that generally to tack things down if I'm going to sew them, so that the item is on the paper and it's not going to move around. And I use my hot glue gun now and then. So that's the kind of glues that I use. So I hope that's helped. And like I said, any questions, just ask, and thanks for watching. Bye.